Hi everyone, just waiting for people to join, and we'll start momentarily. I think there was an issue with the video, so I'd like to apologize for that. We just technical issue, unfortunately, and well, I guess we'll put a link for the video everywhere on our platforms, so you'll get a chance to see it. But the whole team worked really hard to create it, so I hope you like it. And so the format that we're gonna approach, that we're gonna use today is the following. So I'm gonna go through a little bit of a presentation that should take about 10-15 minutes. And after it, we'll just do AMA about anything that you wanna ask me. The team is monitoring all the social platforms, so you're free to post your questions there, and they will forward them to me. So without any further ado, let's get on to it. Hold on, there should be sound now. Yes, okay. All right, so we obviously have our LaborX platform. And the achievements, so I think sound is on now. All right, I'll just wait for a second so people confirm that we have sound. Okay, sweet. All right, so once again, sorry about the technical difficulties. I guess that they do happen, and we're working hard to make sure they don't happen in the future. But we'll also test this format because I think it's a really important format that we should be using, especially in our time when we can't travel and meet with everyone. All right, so with LaborX has seen LaborX has seen great success over the last year, right? Now, especially since we introduced gigs back in, I think, October, and we have started getting a lot of traffic onto it, and people starting to really come back to us and say that they love it. Right, so nice and simple interface, nice and simple flow, all contributed to the following metrics. So we already have over 500 unique gigs on the platform. We have 17 major updates since the launch. These are things like introducing gigs, changing the smart contract, introducing multi-blockchain and integration, where freelancers and job providers can essentially pick which blockchain they use. So, in other words, if you want to save some money, perhaps you should be on Binance chain. If you are a true Ethereum believer, you should probably be with Ethereum. Also, we added MetaMask and non-custodial services. So that means that basically crypto never leaves your wallet to go to ours. It just goes directly to smart contract and to freelancer, less our commission. And we have 350% customer growth. Our SEO team is working hard, and we're achieving great results. And I'm really happy about this. And we're finally a little step closer to bringing a truly decentralized job platform to the world. Now, with our exchange, now Timex Exchange has been instrumental to basically to integrate in our general to integrate with our general strategy, and to allow us to reach greater number of people and to service everyone, regardless of the type of cryptocurrency that they wish to use. And that has been growing great guns. Now we have, I think 2 weeks ago, we have cracked the top 100 on spot exchanges in CoinMarketCap. So that's great news, and we're starting to see some volume coming to the exchange and doing a few trades. So that's always great to see, and it's doing wonders for the team's morale and for everyone working here. So it's great, and I hope you guys use it, and I hope you guys like it. Now we have 3 major terminal integrations. So Top Trader is not quite integrated, but we've done everything our side, and it will be the guys at Top Trader will bring it online shortly. And the other 2, the guys in the group below in the chat, they will be able to advise you for that. So that means professional traders that use and can go and execute orders on our exchange. So that's pretty cool. Now we also have traders from over 141 countries, which is almost the entire world. The interesting ones that I thought were Turkmenistan, right? Well, yeah, I thought that Turkmenistan was an interesting thing, and it's good to see that crypto means something in such countries as Turkmenistan, because for all of you that don't know, Turkmenistan is quite a closed country, and it's good to see that the crypto adoption is spreading there too. Now, our highest trading volume has subsequently been surpassed from 23 mil to 24 and something. So that's already non-current, but it's basically growing. So that's good to see. Now, payment X. Payment X, for those of you that don't know, we developed it as an internal tool to basically pay our suppliers and pay wages and pay everything that we do need to pay in crypto, and that has since evolved into a standalone product, and that is essentially you can easily create an invoice and quickly send it to whoever you need the payment from, and with all accountability and with all the accounting bells and whistles that need to be included. So that's pretty cool, and so we have the following metrics for that. So we have it's still early days, right? But we still have over 1,000 invoices paid, over 1.2 million transferred in crypto value, and the most popular markets for that are Russia, USA, and India. Now, and currently we support invoicing in Ethereum and BTC. So, and like essentially all the ERC20 tokens will show up there shortly as the adoption grows, and we get the community feedback that we really do need it. All right. So for those of you that are not aware of who we are, what the hell we do, right? We are called Chrono.tech. Our previous name was Chrono Bank, and we've been in crypto since since it was worth mentioning, so to speak, right? So we've been here since as an entity since 2016, and our dream and our goal is to essentially make jobs and time that people spend on jobs tradable, right? And we're doing and going with our steps to make sure that that happens. Now, blockchain allows us to essentially cut hiring costs, to value everyone appropriately, and to decrease the general fees across the HR sector, which is great. Now, as far as the team is concerned, we have been here for 4 years. We're not going anywhere. We have over 30 team members operating in over 7 countries, and we've got three products that I just mentioned that we're developing, and we're making them we're always making them better and more slick. And everyone, the feedback so far has been positive, and that's what we like to see. Now, and our token is time. And for those of you that don't know, it's in my opinion, it definitely does not reflect what we have achieved and what the adoption of our products is. But I'm sure that will catch up within the coming year. And to tell you the truth, I think, well, for the amount of value that we already bring to the industry, I think the price of the token is not yet reflecting that. But once again, I do sincerely hope that it will change, and in fact, I'm sure of it, right? And also, you would notice if you look at the coin market cap that the circulated value seems to be very low. It's stuff up on coin market cap behalf, and we're just working it out with them to make sure that it reflects the correct value. In fact, we have a very limited issue of tokens, which will definitely play a role in our system. To tell you the truth, the role that they will play will be we have in the pipeline. We're basically creating a couple of new concepts, totally new to the whole work market and to the industry, right? And the time will be used to form a decentralized organization, right, which is a DAO, and the tokens will be a vote in a DAO, essentially, right? The time token. Also, it is integrated across the platform with things like across all the platforms with things like having a deposit in time reduces your fees on the exchange. It reduces your fees on LaborX or Labor Exchange, if you like, and it really does it really does great things, and it's about to become a whole more useful. We are gonna introduce, I think next month, within a month, we'll announce it, and we have already kind of pre-announced it. We'll introduce a new concept of totally new concept of job mining, where where people will be able to receive the tokens for referring people to jobs and for completing work. Now that's totally unique to us, and I think it will be a great success. And I think I'm looking forward to seeing it come into life. Now, thank you everyone with so far being with us, and I hope that everyone will. I hope everyone is staying healthy in this crazy year, and we're looking forward for this year to finish definitely. And I'm sure 2021 will be a definitely great year for us at Chrono.tech. And once again, I would like to thank everyone for being with us. And now I will go to general. I'll go to general, so that the screen share should be finished. Now I'll go to general conversation, and we'll do an AMA, and we'll answer the questions that we have received so far. And please send anything that you would like to ask in the comments on whatever platform you're using it. Now, so first question: what was the company's biggest achievement this year? Right now, this year, I believe that our biggest achievement was that we finally nailed out our vision and our Rex platform, and we finally started getting some traction, and some serious numbers are coming through and people are joining it and people start using it. So and I think that's one of the biggest achievements. Another one is that we finally assembled a great team of professionals that that essentially make these things happen, and I would love to thank every one of them. So we have a couple of great achievements, but LaborX, I think, just edges it in front a little bit, because that's what we've been trying to do, that's what we strive to do, and that is what we are doing. Next question. How is it going with the COVID situation in Chrono? With the COVID situation in Chrono, did anyone get sick? As a matter of fact, we did have a couple of team members get sick, mainly in Russia, and but they all have had it not in a difficult form, right? So they all soldiered through it, but it's definitely not the disease that you wanna catch. A couple of relatives of our colleagues in Russia have had it as well, and unfortunately some of them have died. So it's definitely no joke. And once again, I wish everyone health. Luckily, it didn't affect us as close, like as bad as other people. So. Okay, what is the middle ages of our employees? If I was guessing, we don't have the statistics, but if I was guessing, it's around 30, so probably even 28. Yeah, I think closer to 28. So that's the age. So the team is hungry for the achievements, and that's what we're trying to do greatly. Now, what about your culture? How do you guys work together? Well, to tell the truth, we've been working together for, most of us have been working together since the beginning, and the culture is pretty good. We've met each one of us on corporate events before in person, so we pretty much know who we're working with, and thankfully we got a chance to meet everyone. And otherwise, culture is pretty good. We make the decisions very quick. We adapt to changes very quick. We're very nimble, and I'm really proud of that. And we look forward to the future, and we basically embrace the new technology as it comes, and try to integrate it in our products as soon as it comes and becomes available, and even envision it before anything happens. So that'll be great. Like I mentioned before, we envisioned job mining, jobs, right? Job mining on DeFi. Now that will be a definite market changer as far as anyone is concerned. So I do urge you to keep an eye out for that. So that'll be very, very cool. Okay, what are your ideas to get further into DeFi? Well, as I mentioned just a few minutes ago, we are ultimately we're gonna create a DAO. We're gonna create a decentralized organization, this decentralized autonomous organization that will incorporate all of our products into it, and we'll let the community drive the project, as well as drive the project with the help of us. Well, rather, we together will drive the project with the help of the community. Now, DeFi definitely is a priority, and things like all the deposits on Timex will be able to receive the yield, like essentially all the, all right, let me start again. All the deposits on Timex will be able to take advantage of the yields on that are available on Uniswap, SushiSwap, on all of them, right? We have bots that actually monitor the yields, and we actually have the platforms that are currently doing it already. We're just in the test phase. Things like that. All the deposits in LaborX, while the job is being completed, also will be able to earn the yield that the best yield that we can find there on DeFi, but that's down in the future. And once again, we're gonna introduce something called job mining into the mix, and that will be a market changer, and that will be DeFi based. So that'll be basically in a couple of words, you'll be earning tokens as a reward for completing jobs, and you'll be earning tokens as a reward for referring someone who completes the jobs via a referral link. So essentially, that's pretty cool, and I'm looking forward to that. How secure my funds are? What security features do you use? Well, you have a choice. You have a choice with all of our platforms, whether to use custodial wallet or non-custodial wallet. So obviously, if you use non-custodial wallet, your funds are pretty safe because the funds never leave your account. Only essentially go into smart contract. We have for the smart contracts, they are audited smart contracts, and the ones we're going to be rolling out in the future will be audited as well. And we try to get the best in the industry to audit them, or use the parts of the contracts that have been audited by the best in the industry. So so pretty much it's like the security is up to you in effect, right? So if you use our cloud wallet, I mean, obviously things happen, and they may be broken and everything, right? But because you are able to pick which wallet you use, your funds are safe pretty much. I would like to say. So in case of an exchange, I mean, the most that can be stolen is the most that can be stolen is whatever is in the order book, and we closely monitor that, and we make sure that we always upgrade the security and keep up with the technology. I mean, so what we've been doing for the past month was looking into flash loan exploits and making sure that we're not susceptible to that. All right. How secure my funds are? Okay, we already done that. Why did you decide to release the swap? What is the profit? The swap was done because of the following reasons. First reason, our previous contract was outdated. It was outdated because it was created in 2016, right? And the fees that people were paying on using the contract were just crazy, especially with the current gas fees. When we were creating the contract, Ethereum was between $2 and $8, right? So we, even though we envisioned the fees to grow, we didn't envision them to grow that much. As such, it was basically outdated. Also, the smart contract, the version of the compiler that the old contract was using, was not really compatible with DeFi protocols. So because of all the upgrades the ETH has gone through, and all the compilers have gone through in Solidity, we didn't we couldn't do anything with the contract in the earlier version. And essentially, the profit basically better integration and closer integration with DeFi protocols, and the ability to do what I described in the previous question easier, and like the ability to do it full stop. Because on the previous contract, we were not able to do it. So that's pretty much it. Now, which markets are you trading? Do you have American market in mind? I mean, currently you cannot trade on Timex if you reside in America, and the reason is because of the U.S. government's policies on financial instruments and what they consider financial instruments. However, you can use our LaborX platform for jobs, like from any country. Now, like I said, we don't really have a plan to get the appropriate licenses that the U.S. government desires, right? And the reason being is because, well, we believe there's world outside America, and we service. I think we service enough of the world for us to kind of concentrate on before we come to America and deal with the government. I mean, as a crypto company, we're not really fans of centralized governments, and we definitely don't want to expose ourselves to all the unnecessary risks that come with operating with the government, like with the governments that are, well, in my opinion, a lot of the times corrupt and broken. So, in short, LaborX is you're able to use LaborX from anywhere. Timex has a US exclusion. So, and I think in the foreseeable future that will be the case. Um, Now the story about Chronomint, the story about Chronomint. Chronomint was one of the projects that we tested and tried, and it's basically morphed into an internal tool. We don't offer it to the public currently, but we use it internally, and so it's operational and well. Now, um, do you plan to be listed on big exchanges? Now, as far as big exchanges are concerned, we do plan to get listed on big exchanges, and we believe the way to do it is basically to get the use of our platforms and to make sure that the products that we provide and create are being used by a lot of people. So essentially, as an example, right? If you just approach Binance and to get listed in right? So the sums that, like, I'm not even sure if it's possible, right? But the latest I've heard, the sums would to get listed on Binance were in excess of $2 million, right? Now, for $2 million, you can actually create an IPO. Now, even though I love Binance and wish them all the best and everything, but I mean, they, like I said, and this is just allegedly, because I haven't, no one official in Binance has ever mentioned any prices. It's just basically resellers trying to push it through. I'm not even sure if it works, but it's basically at this discretion of the Binance to list on Binance, right? So companies like OKX and Huobi, they have listing fees now, but the way to essentially, the way I see to get listed there is basically to get enough traction on the platforms that the big exchanges can't ignore us. And that is exactly the strategy that we're pursuing. And in the presentation, there was a figure of 350% growth quarter on quarter. And if we keep that up, so I think by the end of next year, will definitely be worth noting as far as the big exchanges are concerned. Hopefully even quicker, especially with the epidemic and with remote work going the way it's going. I think it's going to be great. So yes, there is a plan to get listed. No. Yes. Now, will it be possible to run a team on laborx.com eventually, so you can build a group of trusted workers to take bigger projects and payment tax deeper integrated for that? It is definitely in the plans, and the teams is something that we know a thing or two about, and we're definitely going to integrate it to make sure that we run the teams, and you are able to basically pick and choose who you want on your team to complete the bigger projects and replace the existing workplace as we know it. So teams are definitely in the pipeline. Now, same thing with the micro tasks, but I'm not quite sure what you mean by micro tasks, because, well, as far as I'm concerned, you can already do micro tasks there, right? So if you use Binance Chain, you can, I think you can go as low as 10 cents per hit or something. So pretty much, micro tasks are already being completed on LaborX, and I urge you to have a look at it and try it out. But if we're talking about something like, I don't even know. Something like, if we're talking micro tasks for robotics, for a robot to raise the hand or something, then we haven't thought of that. But if there is enough demand for it, we'll definitely consider it. Now, which markets are you targeting with your products? Do you think about targeting American markets? Well, as I mentioned before, as far as exchange is concerned, then no. As far as LaborX is concerned, then definitely. Because we believe that, in particular in America, the current HR system and wages and everything is broken. And we believe that people do not get appropriate wages and appropriate payments for what they're doing. And as such, we are trying to help people everywhere in the world to make sure that the wage and work is remunerated accordingly. And definitely, American market is the target as far as LaborX and payment tax is concerned. And I think it will be a great success like when enough critical mass is reached and adoption is there. So why do you need to pass KYC verification? We need to pass KYC verification to make sure that we adhere to all the AML practices, right? So anti-money laundering and financing of terrorism, to make sure that we identify everyone who transfers value through our platforms. We need to make sure that we have the documents for the governments in case they're requested, and that's a general requirement for pretty much everything. If you start coming into fiat. Now, currently on LaborX, you can complete small tasks, and there is a limit on the size of the transaction, so you don't really need the KYC. But as the limit of size of transaction is increased for bigger transfers, you will definitely need the KYC. So that's just to make sure that we're not breaking any laws as far as the terrorism funding is concerned, or working with the sanctions companies and things of that nature. What do you think about government's crypto regulation in Russia and new laws about it? Well, for those of you that don't know, I'm just trying to translate a Russian proverb, right? Basically, the strictness of Russian laws is compensated by the strictness of Russian laws is compensated by not really it being necessary to adhere to them. So what that basically means that the law is there, correct, but I'm definitely not sure how they're going to police it, and I'm definitely not sure if they're ever going to prosecute anyone for it. Like, unfortunately, I think the only reason for that law is basically to try to prosecute all the political activists, and I hope that doesn't happen. But I think it's already started, and as far as the average person is concerned, I think it's not really a biggie, because, well, it's poorly defined law that I don't think will ever work. But we'll see how it goes. But I mean, we've seen crazy laws out of Russia or other countries before, and a lot of the times they just go back on them. Once you mentioned labor hour token, what is the future of it? Now, labor hour token is being replaced by hour token, HOUR, not labor hour, but hour, and there's going to be an update about it first couple of weeks of January. We have been hard at work to make sure it happens, and it will form an integral part of job mining that we're going to bring to the world. So our token is definitely still with us, and it's going to be exciting to see what will happen to it. Will you obtain any kind of license somewhere? Well, we already have. We are a licensed exchange in Australia. So, like, when a lot of people think of Australia, they don't think of it as being too crypto friendly. In fact, it is. And in Australia, we are fully licensed, and as an Aussie or as a Australian or New Zealand citizen, you can be sure that you're protected by all the Australian legislation, and everything that happens in Australia to Australian citizens, they all protected. Now, because we're a truly global company, now we usually apply what we need to apply in Australia to every jurisdiction, for good measure, to make sure that everyone's treated fairly. And as such, so when you use our services, you basically undertake well, you understand that the using is Australian law, and it's not the worst law. So as far as registration is concerned, we are fully registered in Australia, and always plan to be registered here for as long as we operate here. As we do expand, and if we have need for different jurisdictions, we're definitely going to adopt a law of that jurisdiction and adhere to that. But that's a future discussion to be had. Now, so I already answered the. I already answered if it's going to be possible to run a team on LaborX. That's fine. Now, what are the developments on the Australian market in crypto in general for Chrono? Australian market is, to tell the truth, is quite bullish as far as crypto is concerned. Next year, I'm sure, and we have some part to do with it. We're going to see a couple of funds aimed for institutions and high net worth and popping up. And hopefully Australian Stock Exchange will start getting interested once again in crypto. I'm not sure if retail is quite ready for that, or the legislation is ready for retail funds. But that's like that. I've heard people talk about it, and hopefully that's not too far away. Now, as far as all the other ones are concerned, we have great projects coming out of Australia, and we're really proud of the ecosystem that we have here. So, I mean, one of the bigger ones is Synthetics. So those guys are doing great things in the DeFi space, and I wish them all the best. To tell the truth, well, as far as Australia is concerned, I mean, crypto is the go. And I've seen a study where currently 1 in 5 Australians actually own some cryptocurrency. I don't think it's that high, but it's still a good number to look at. And basically, with the current Bitcoin bull market, and I think today we hit another all-time high, we actually like with the adoption is getting bigger and bigger, and that's what gives us hope and assurance that we'll definitely see the greater use of all our platforms. I mean, we thankfully were way ahead of the curve, and I think in the next year and in the near future we'll be reaping rewards for that when we already are. So that's pretty cool. Now, what do you think about the Chinese market? Now, Chinese market is a great market, and we do have some Chinese guys on the team. And to tell you the truth, like specialized market, and it's a very it's a market that's very hard to crack for non-Chinese guys. Now we're always on the lookout what's happening in China, because I believe that's a leader in the crypto space. And we're definitely considering it, and we definitely would like to bring it to China, because I think a lot of the people there are getting screwed by the workplaces and by the way that they get paid. And like it's definitely on the cards, and it's a lot sooner than a lot of people think. So we'll release more info quite. We'll release more info shortly. Now, okay, I think we're getting close to the end of the questions. Now we do have some time, so if you do have any more questions, please do send us. Now, another question: are you living in Russia or Australia? I live in Australia. However, prior to COVID, I was spending a lot of time in Russia and everywhere else, including Dubai, US, Canada, and lots of places, and a lot of time in Asia. So yeah. Now, tell us a good example where crypto outperformed any other fiat currency. Now, the reason, in my opinion, the reason crypto outperformed and will continue to outperform other currencies is basically, if we consider Bitcoin, right? Let's consider Bitcoin to start. It's essentially deflationary. It's made to be deflationary, and with a limited supply, and as opposed to every fiat currency out there. And in the times of turbulence that we are currently experiencing, the governments where monetary policy tradition doesn't seem to work, for the reason that the interest rates are all the way down to zero in most countries, right? And the governments are struggling to understand what the hell is going on. And I mean, the only thing they seem to be doing is throwing helicopter money out, or not giving anyone, like any support to anyone, right? Now with crypto, it came through as a clear winner of this crazy economic turbulent times, and for simple reason of it being deflationary to start with, and it has proven to be a good store of value, and it has proven to be a great store of value, which is a lot of people a lot of people using. Also, if we consider finance instruments such as bonds, so sovereign bonds, if we consider like lending and deposit rates in any country, pretty much any currency, we are really struggling to crack even 10%, right? In US and Western countries, we're looking at under 1% for your deposit, right? And then crypto comes and pays you something between 10-20% in stable tokens. Now the clear winner is obviously crypto here, right? And considering that the token is stable, I mean, you'd be silly not to start reading about it at least, right? And as more people and institutions come to the party, obviously the better crypto industry is doing. So that's why the cryptos outperformed anything fiat out there. And I think that is a tendency that will keep going for a few years, for sure. And I'm sure that the guys in crypto are smart enough to basically develop new products as the current ones age. We are considering some sort of airdrop, maybe not in traditional understanding, a very interesting model for distribution of initial tokens for job mining, for example. And do sign up to sign up to our Telegram channel, and everything that as far as airdrop and variations of airdrop will be discussed and considered there. Now, will there be a localization for Russia for LaborX? Now, there will definitely be localizations for different countries, especially China, in fact. However, the global language is English, right? So in other words, we would like to see that people from, for example, Bangladesh or India or Russia or Ukraine deliver work and get paid higher than they would otherwise get paid by getting work from the West. For that, you obviously need English, right? So, I mean, English is priority. However, as we grow and as we create local markets, so basically the jobs in Russia would be the jobs offered in Russian by Russians will be completed by Russians as well. Well, once that moment arrives, and once we see the customers flow from, for example, Russia or China, we'll definitely do an localization for that particular region. But we are keeping a close eye on that, and we'll definitely be integrating it as the need arises. So far, we'd like to see globalization and global trade, and like it's much easier to basically judge interest from traditional freelance flow from east to west, if you like, right? So from the developing countries into developed countries, to as far as work is concerned, and the payments from developed countries to developing countries. So that's why it's mission. I mean, English is probably a better solution than anything else out there. All right. Now I think that was the last question, and we've been already on call for close to an hour. Now, just as a final note, once again, I'd like to thank everyone who's been with us so far. I'm sure, and I know, and that the future is very bright for us. And I wish everyone, because I'll explain that a little bit. The future is very bright for us for the reason that our products are finally working and getting traction and adoption, and the token price will reflect that fact rather soon. So as soon as we sort our problems with coin market cap and all like other things, I'm sure that that'll be very positive for us as far as the token cap is concerned. Now, also once again, that has been a very difficult year for the whole world, and I wish that the toughest time is behind us, and for everyone who have suffered, or for everyone who has relatives or friends who have suffered or been sick or passed away, I wish you all the best and hope. And let's all, like when the clock finally strikes 12 and this difficult year is behind us, I wish everyone a happy new year and a brighter future than what we had this year. So essentially, thank you very much for everyone. Further is better, and please stick with us. Subscribe to our channel, our service. Do consider LaborX for if you lost your job, or if you want to earn more money, or for anything. And do check out the referral link on it, because it's quite a generous referral commissions there. And do keep an eye out for all the new things that we have planned and are coming across. So on that note, I wish everyone a happy new year. Merry Christmas for everyone that just passed, and we'll see you in the new year. Thank you very much.